Good evening, America. I am the Big Red One guy, reminding you that together we must break the machine. Trump administration begins to take shape days before the election. Well, let's not put the cart before the horse. We got to get the man elected uh, first, and that's like what's most important because we can't do the Kamala Harris thing. It'll be worse than the 4 years we've had on the Biden. With that said, okay, I understand they have to try to start putting not only a transition team together, you have to have these people in place, and in Trump's case, he has to have people ready to take positions because he's going to fire a shitload of people. Erstwhile Republican primary opponents, as well as longtime allies and lawmakers, are in the talks for key roles in a second Trump administration, including Senator Marco Rubio, Republican Florida, getting strong consideration for Secretary of State, the New York Post reported on Tuesday. I don't actually dislike that post. He's very, very savvy and he's very knowledgeable about foreign affairs. I know him and Trump kind of had their beef back in their day in 2016. That seemed to have gone away almost immediately. They were running against each other, right? So, they're gonna do the campaign thing and they were going after each other. He called him little Marco Rubio and like destroyed his campaign at that point and whatnot. And but Marco Rubio was actually very, very supportive of him in the Senate. I know he has a history of kind of being rhino-ish back in the day, but in recent years, I want to say almost a full decade, his voting record has kind of been way a little bit more conservative and whatnot. But the one thing he has been very faithful to Trump since 2016. Says while Trump makes the rounds in battleground states to defeat Democrat nominee Kamala Harris, his transition team is in advanced talks with a host of Republican heavy hitters to fill out a would-be cabinet and administration positions, according to the Post. House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican Louisiana, told the Post last week that as many as 10 House lawmakers are probably real contenders to be acting or serving at the cabinet level or as deputy secretary. Johnson didn't name names, but the Post reported Representative Mike Waltz, Republican Florida, is being considered for defense secretary and or state, along with Senator Bill Hagerty, Republican Tennessee. House Republican Conference Chair Elise Stefanik, Republican New York, could get consideration for CIA director or ambassador to the United Nations, according to the report. All of those people would be pretty good. Listen, all of these people have been actually very, very faithful to Trump and loyal to him, and that's what Trump is looking for. Is he needs loyalty badly, and not in the sense that do as I say, not as I do type shit. He needs people who are gonna hey, this is the mission, and they're gonna embrace his mission, and they're gonna run with it, and they're gonna execute. He needs executors, is what he needs, because like he leads from the front anyway, so like he needs people who are gonna definitely get it done. Elise Stefanik, she's been pretty supportive of Trump since 2016. I don't know. Then she got elected. Did she get elected around that time? Um, to the House and whatnot up in upstate New York, and she's been very, very faithful to him. Outgoing North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, who challenged Trump in the 2024 GOP primary, is being eyed for energy secretary. That'd probably be a pretty good pick, actually. Doug Burgum he's a successful businessman. He was a successful governor in North Dakota, and I think he'd probably make a pretty good energy secretary. According to the report, Burgum was considered a finalist to be Trump's running mate. That is true. He was in the running to be picked as a VP pick. Rubio, too, was a finalist for vice president until Trump selected Senator J.D. Vance, Republican Ohio. Rubio has been a loyal supporter of Trump since being vanquished by Trump in the 2016 Republican primary. I just said that. And yes, Rubio was actually, so Senator Rubio is respected and known for his expertise in matters of foreign affairs, and he has been a strong and loyal supporter of President Trump, a campaign source told the Post. And like I said, he was actually he was in the running to get picked for vice president as well, but because they live in the same state, they can't do it. Um, but I think that he's got like another 4 years, I think, on his as a senator. If Trump if Trump put him, put him on his cabinet, and he had to leave the Senate, then DeSantis is still there and he can pick, his replacement for 4 years, and then that person could go ahead and run in Florida. Says allies from Trump's first administration are also expected to land top spots, including former acting director of national intelligence, Richard Grenell, and former national security advisor Robert O'Brien, the Post reported. Likewise, former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo would also likely have a prominent role in the second term. I don't know so much about Mike Pompeo because, he's a bit establishy, but he's been fairly loyal to Trump even after, their first administration. I think they had a little bit of beef at the end, especially after January 6th for a little bit, but I think they kind of squared that away. With that said, most of these people that this article is talking about are very, 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 very good people. Grinnell, he's been loyal since before he got elected the first time. Grinnell, O'Brien, and sitting Senator Tom Cotton, Republican Arkansas, are seen as contenders for national security roles under Trump, according to the Post. Biotech mogul and GOP primary opponent Vivek Ramaswamy would also be in line for the administration role, perhaps Homeland Security, but he has eyes on the replacing Vance in the Senate or running for governor of Ohio in 2026, according to the Post. So, listen, if Trump is fortunate enough to get elected, we have to get the man elected. So what that means is you have to go and you got to, grab anybody in your family that has been talking about, yeah, I'm going to vote for Trump. Go in person. If you have early voting going on in your state, take them. Take any friends that talked about it. Take any of your freaking cousins, aunts, nephews, the dog, the fucking cats, whatever you have to do. Take them down there to go fucking vote. All right. If you got to put a kangaroo on your fucking back or whatever because you have one in your backyard and shit, when you shouldn't have one because it's illegal to have one, take that motherfucker with you too. Um, don't let don't let this election slip away. Okay, if you're voting for Trump, you cannot let this election slip away because it's going to be very, very rough for us if this woman gets elected. Very, very rough for us. You think the first 4 years of Biden was fucking bad? Just go ahead and elect this fool, and you'll see what happens. All right. Fast track to Marxism is on the way, and we have to be the people in this country have to be the last line of defense against that. We've given up too much of our liberties to the government for too long, and we have to start taking them back. And it's two ways of doing it: either go to the ballot box or fucking pull the bullets out of a box. So we don't ever want that. I'd hate to see civil war in this country. I don't want to see that. I really don't. I'm not calling for it, and I damn sure don't want to see that happen. But anything's always possible. So anyway, these people that are being considered possibly for second Trump administration, they're really good picks. I'm sure he's got some other people that we haven't talked about, and he hasn't released it yet. I know he's got RFK Jr. Who's going to probably be taking care of stuff with the whole Maha Make American Healthy Again. It wouldn't surprise me if he drops him in there to take care of shit at the FDA or the CDC or something like that. He's gonna fix shit. Tulsi Gabbard, I don't know what he could do with her. I don't know. Maybe put her in the VA as the Secretary of Veteran Affairs or something like that. I don't know. I know they're on his transition team, both of them. So, but they might still have higher ambitions. Tulsi Gabbard, I'm pretty sure, still does for sure. Anyway, America, I'm the Big Red One guy. Signing out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. I'll leave a what do you call it? A link to this article in the description. God bless you all. God bless America, and I'll see you in the next video, fam.